Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to discuss with you my build for my Summon Necromancer, which I use for magic finding as well as doing Uber runs. So for this one is best in slot is definitely Beast on a Berserker Axe. It gives level 9 Fanaticism Aura, which is beneficial for the summons, for my mercenary, as well as revives. Another option is an Arm of King Leoric, which gives a high level to plus skills, and then it also gives a high amount to mana. The annoying thing about this is it automatically casts Bone Prison when you are struck. For my gloves, I'm using a Triangle's Claws. It gives a 20% faster FCR as well as plus 30% cold resist, which is good. For my belt, I'm using an Arachnid Mesh because it gives plus skill as well as 20% more FCR. For my amulets, I'm using an SOJ and Ravenfrost. In the future, I'm going to switch this Ravenfrost for another SOJ so I can have at least plus 2 skills here for my amulets. For boots, I'm using a Marowak, which is a best in slot because it gives at least plus 2 to Skeleton Mastery, which is really good as well. For my shield, I was able to get a perfect Bone Flame Succubus Skull. Perfect enhanced defense, resistances, as well as skills. So what's good about this one is it gives the most plus to skill in terms of shields for a necromancer. So this gives up to plus 3. For my armor, I'm using an Enigma on a mage plate. What's really good about this one is it gives you the chance to reposition your summons if you want to target a specific enemy, which is really good for Ubers as well because once you get all the revives, you can teleport next to the Uber and then let all the summons deal the damage. For my headgear, I'm using a Kira's Guardian because it gives a huge boost to resistances. For mine, I'm using plus 68 version of Akira's. In the future, I'll possibly switch this to a Shaco because what I've noticed when I'm doing the Uber runs is I wasn't getting hit as much as I thought I would be. So this gives a huge boost to plus skills. And then for my amulet, I'm using a Mars Kaleidoscope. It gives plus 2 to skills as well as resistances. Other amulets can be used as well. A metal grid is good because it gives defense as well as resistances. And then plus to summons or plus to skill amulets are also good for this one. So I'm also using 9 plus 1 to summon skill Grand Charms. So I'm just using the plain version because it's cheap. I'll possibly get plus 2 life in the future as well once I have enough runes. And then I got a Hellfire Torch, which gives a huge boost to Necromancer skill levels, beneficial for your skeleton army as well. This one I got a plus 19, which is really great because it increases my stats as well as resistances. And then in the future, I'll get an Annihilus Charm for this one. For the small charms, just lightning resist, fire resist, and cold resist charms. And then for my mercenary, I'm using an obedience for this one. So obedience because it gives a 40% crushing blow, which is beneficial when dealing damage to Ubers. For my armor, I'm using a fortitude, which is really beneficial for the mercenary. Best in slot as well. This is an ethereal version. And then for headgear, I was using a Crown of Thieves, which gives 12% to life leech, fire resist, and then plus to life. Another best in slot option is an Andy's Helm. I was able to get an ethereal one, but unfortunately, I haven't socketed this. So I had to put a Ral Rune or a Fire Resist jewel in it in the future. And then in terms of my stats, just enough strength to carry Beast because because Berserker Axe needs a decent amount of strength as well as a bit of dexterity to wield the weapon. And then the rest of my stats all went into vitality. And then nothing into energy. Oh, I was also using a CTA on swap. In terms of skills, this is going to depend on the user. But for now, since I don't know where I'm going to put my final skills into, I just went with this version. Max Skeleton Mastery and Max Ray Skeleton. I also Max Clay Golem for the defense, slow. Yeah, because it gives it's a good tank for the Ubers as well. And then one hard point into Golem Mastery, Skeletal Mage, Blood Golem, Iron Golem, Summon Resist, and Revive. Other Summon Necros went for an Iron Golem approach because they can make an insight out of this one, and then another other items or rune words that they want to. So it frees up the slot for the mercenary to wield a pride or an obedience or even an infinity. So for poison and bone, Warden hardpoint into teeth, bone armor, bone spear, bone prison. I max my corpse explosion because this helps out a lot in terms of farming. And then the rest of my points went into bone wall. I put into bone wall because it gives in higher damage absorb per level. Unlike when I max bone armor instead. So I placed it into bone wall. The rest is just one hard point into these curses because they're all beneficial. So low resist is really good when you're paired with sorceresses because it lowers the elemental resistances. Decrepify, which is good for physical immunes as well as amplify damage, which is a huge boost to doing damage. So that's it for my build. I'm going to show the Uber gameplay next as well as what I've learned from it. So for the next part of the video, I have to apologize for the quality because what happened was I downloaded my stream from Facebook and Twitch and the video wasn't that clear or good. And I think I have to adjust my settings in game as well because the colors look too contrasted. So I'll do adjustments in the future and upload a better version. For this particular Uber run, I'm doing it with my big brother, who is a Whirlwind Barbarian wearing a full Immortal King set. Since we're fairly new to the Uber runs, we're doing it together just to make sure that we could finish it. In the future, I'll be doing solo runs as well once I get an extra amount of keys.
Patay na.
Oh, patay na. Ikaw magdala ng brain. The mini Ubers are easy to deal with. The most annoying one is Lilith. The problem with her is her area is filled with monsters, so you have to be careful. But in terms of facing her, it's possible because the skeletons have high enough resistances from the resist skill. The mercenary can tank the damage, so it's all good. Okay. Dito lang banda yun. Ayun.
Nakita mo siya?
Ito. Nag-teleport na ako sa tabi niya.
Ito. Wala pa ba yun?
Patay. Okay. So before we went into the Uber Tristram, I gathered Urdars from the River of Flame because they have a high chance of dealing crushing blow which is good against the Uber bosses. So if ever you're in the middle of the run and you run out of orders, there are other areas as well that you can look for these type of demons, which is under the Blunderbore family. So Blunderbores can be found in Harem 2, Gore Bellies, Talrasha Tombs, Maulers can be found in the Durance of Hate 1 to 2, and then lastly, Orders on the River of Flame. Alright, for the main event, for melee characters, it's vital to have equipment that can do Crushing Blow, Open Wounds, and high resistances. So first off, for Mephisto, I highly recommend using a Thunder God's Vigor and Wisp Projector to tank his Conviction Aura as well as Lightning spells. Hindi siya lumabas. Uy, dito.
Ayun yung nag-init. Yung
Ito,
bahay.
ito, wait lang. Ayan, game. Nice. So next up is Bale. If you're in a party, have your party members go to the top right corner of the map. So once you lure him, he'll automatically teleport to that side. But if you're alone, try to lure him out of the middle map so you don't have to deal with him as well as Pandemonium Diablo. So it's also important to have open wounds as Bale has a high regeneration rate. So try your best to burst him right away.
Wait pa.
Pakipatay yung mga spirit, pinapalo nung ano. Bakit siya nag-heal? Wala, kailangan talaga ng open wounds pag kay Bale. Ay, dito na pala siya. Pati na lang. Lastly, for Pandemonium Diablo, he also has fast regeneration. So I had to teleport near him while my order summons were still alive so they can focus fire. Please take note as well that Pit Lord summons are immune to elemental and magic damage. So only physical damage can do the trick.
Buhay, marami.
Lapit na ata mamatay. Hindi ko makikita. Mamatay na. Patay. Nice. Ayan natin. Game. 1, 2, 3. Ay, ito kuya. Sa'yo na to.
Ano yan?
Necro Torch. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hope I was able to help you with my gameplay and guide. Just comment down your thoughts below and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you all soon.